Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I just wanted to stop by and give you a little background about myself. This is a new channel that I started. I already put up a couple of videos. They were kind of like the first time I made YouTube videos. You can check them out. They're kind of interesting. I liked my thumbnails a little bit better than the videos, I have to say. But they weren't bad. There's not a whole lot that we can do, so we kind of visit like a lot of public places. You know, we can't eat at restaurants. We can't, here in Okinawa. We live in Okinawa. I probably should have said that in the beginning. So we're restricted. We have some pretty heavy restrictions, which I'm not entirely sure how it is in the States because I haven't checked, to be honest. And we don't just get news, stateside news on the regular here. So if you're not up on it, then you kind of fall behind. So just to give you a little bit of a background, our backstory and how we ended up here, it's kind of interesting in a way. So I come from a real estate background. My husband and I had a salon in New York. He decided that he wanted to join the Air Force. So that's what he did. You know, he went through BMT and tech school, and in the interim I had bought like an older RV because I was watching, well, first I wanted to full-time RV to begin with, but I was watching a lot of like tiny home videos, you know, people that were like updating RVs. So I bought an older one. It was 1989. I renovated the inside of it. And then in between when Mark was in BMT and tech school, he flew home and we drove the RV down to Texas. We stayed at a campground in Texas for like 4 or 5 months, which was awesome because tiny living is really cool. I'm into that because I end up like collecting a lot of stuff in a house. It never fails. Because I like stuff, but when you're limited on space, you can only have so much stuff. Yeah, so we stayed there for, like I said, 4 or 5 months. It was really cool, and we had been in the house that we lived in for a while. You know, it was a 3-bedroom house, probably a couple thousand square feet, and now we currently live in, I call it a shoebox because it's really small, but it's bigger than the RV was. So when we left Texas, we had about 30 days to pack up everything in the house. Well, we didn't have to pack it up. We had the movers coming. So either it was going to be coming with us, going in storage, or in the garbage. So we threw a lot of stuff away. Like we threw a lot of good stuff away. It was nice, but I still cringe when I think about some of the stuff we threw away. But we were in a time crunch. We had to get everything organized. We only had 30 days to do it. Actually, we had 30 days from the time that we got home from Texas to be here. So we only had maybe 2 weeks to prep the house for the movers to come. And then once they came, we had to, you know, basically they packed everything. It took them forever because that's how much stuff that we had. And then once the movers came here and delivered our stuff, it was like there were boxes everywhere, all the way up to the ceiling. It felt like just about up to the ceiling. And I will, in another video, give you guys a house tour of here because a lot of people are interested in what, like, we live on Kadena, and a lot of people are interested in what Kadena Air Base, base housing is like. And I know we couldn't find too many YouTube videos when we were leaving to come here to see what like base housing was like. If I had to do it all over again, I would really like to live off base, but considering we only have about 8 months here left, it doesn't make sense because once you live on base, if you try to live off base, then you have to move yourself, you have to flip the bill yourself. It just would have been nice if we could have lived off base from the jump. The only downside to that is, and there's only one kind of to me, it gets really hot here in typhoon season, like if you lose power and you don't have AC, it's not the end of the world, but it can get very uncomfortable. So, I mean, I kind of alleviated that problem anyway because we brought a generator with us and a small window AC. So we still would have had air conditioning. Like I said, it was just, I think it was just the initial us coming here. It was our first time sort of dealing with the whole military life, and we kind of just we weren't sure exactly what we could and couldn't do. So with that being said, we live on base, which isn't terrible, it's nice. We live in a nice neighborhood. We live in Washington Heights on Kadena. Like I said, it's near Gate 1, which is convenient to, you know, like Japanese grocery stores, or because it's inconvenient as far as the commissary. They close at 7. I mean, yes, there's a shop-it close by, so you could go to the shop-it if you needed something, but you know, if you needed a package of chicken at 9-10 o'clock at night, then you'd have to run to an off-base Japanese grocery store, which isn't a big deal because there's a Sane. A Sane is a Japanese grocery store here, and it's like 5 minutes outside of Gate 1, and anyone that's lived here or been to Kadena knows where Gate 1 is, and probably the Sane that I'm talking about. But not being able to eat off base, or we can eat in restaurants on base, but there's just a Chili's, and then there's the food court at the BX, which doesn't really, that's just fast food. Yeah, it's fast food. And anything else is takeout. So it's not terrible, but the only option is Chili's. But there's a few restaurants that we really like off base. Like there's a Thai place that we go to, it's called Tycoon. That place is really good. They do takeout, but it's just not the same. It's nice to be able to go to a restaurant, sit down, and just, you know, have a full kind of service dinner. Where else? There's a great place called Hamazushi, and anyone that's ever been here knows that Hamazushi, it's conveyor belt sushi. It's really good. You pay like $1. You pay $1 pretty much per plate, and you get a couple pieces of sushi, and you just order it, and they just keep sending it out on a conveyor belt, which is really neat. I do have some footage of that. I might make a video of Hamazushi. We were able to dine out for about a week and a half, so we went and got our fill of the restaurants that we haven't been able to go to. But then they stopped the dining out again, at least I think until the end of June. And here we think it's late April. So we have a little while. I think it's June 29th, but I'm not certain. So we have a while, and pretty much the entire time that we've been here, it's been, you know, COVID's been going on since pretty much March of 2020. So a little over a year. So like I said, you know, it's more, Yakiniku is a cool thing here. That's pretty much where you just order what you want. They bring out the raw food and you cook it yourself, which is pretty much what you can do at home, but the whole experience is really cool. So we do that here at home. We just set up our own Yakiniku kind of buffet, we'll call it, and we just do it right on our balcony, which is cool. But I guess it was time for a change for both of us. So here we are in Okinawa, Japan, and that's pretty much the gist of how we got here, why we're here, why I started my channel to kind of document what we're doing. Kind of got a late start, you know, 2 years into it, but better late than never. Yeah, so stay tuned for any future videos that I put up. If you want to catch the couple of videos that I already put on, you know, like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications for any videos that I do put up in the future. Like I said, I'm going to try to upload videos, maybe, hopefully 1 or 2 a week, but we'll see how it goes, because currently I'm working out of the house. I have a salon here at the house, which is nice. To do both is feasible, but I just want to make sure. So like I said, 1 to 2 videos a week. Yeah, just hit the like and subscribe button and help me out. Thanks a lot.